Welcome back to Expresso as we delve back into our sporting bag. Now, Tuesdays are fast, like many out there, fast becoming my favorite day because we turn our focus onto youth sports. And man, are our school sportsmen and women doing us proud across the land. Congratulations must go out to the under-19 cricket side for reaching the semi-finals of the Cricketing World Cup, or their version of, as well as the SA Schools rugby side for defeating England this past weekend and going through the entire tournament unbeaten. Man, have they had a fantastic year. We bumped into one of the Welsh under-18 players outside Newlands Stadium before the big rugby championship clash between South Africa and Argentina, and he let us finally know what the difference is between the North and South schoolboy rugby leagues.
Yeah, it's gone well. It's been a really good learning curve for the boys, you know, playing against South Africa and England and France. It's been quite a tough tournament, but I think we've learned quite a lot as a team. Yeah, they're really impressive. There's a lot of big guys, and the difference between the rugby at home and the rugby in here is that the physicality is way more.
Well, we've had some quiet weeks over the last couple of weeks with all of the rain across the country, but now building towards the end of the schoolboy rugby season, it's becoming all the more vital that we focus in on our young stars. Man, if they provided the fireworks this last weekend. We had a couple of Triple Crown fixtures here in Cape Town. Time now for a quick recap of our latest results. Some big hits coming in this morning. It was another big weekend of school sports this weekend as the rugby season across the country entered its penultimate stage. Queen's College put on an impressive defensive performance to shut out Dale College to win their match 28-0. Polrus came close to defeating arch rivals Grey College, but the home side edged them out in a nail-biter 33-23, the final score. Outeniqua picked up an away win as they beat Daniel Pienaar 22 points to 45. Our cameras were out and about this weekend, and they started out in Rondebosch for the Bishops and Sax clash. Sax were on fire on the day, ultimately winning the clash 34-3 on the Piley Reas field. After a week of rain in Cape Town, the sun came out and the players produced a pulsating game of open-played rugby. The win was Sax's first at Bishops since, get this, 1990, and the margin of the win was a record for a Sax-Bishops fixture. Bishops started the game well and put Sax under pressure for the first 10 minutes. Crucially, Sax were able to repel a committed and determined Bishops side. Sax went on the attack and got close to scoring up the left and was somewhat lucky as fly-half Chris Smith scooped up a loose ball and found the touchline unmarked. He cruised in for a fortuitous try, which he converted himself. Smith was named man of the match for his efforts on the day, but it was a wonderful team performance by Sax, who will have to try to bring themselves back down to earth for another huge game this coming Saturday against their old arch rivals, Wynberg High School. Wynberg have been the best team in the southern suburbs of Cape Town this year, undoubtedly, but Sax will be hoping to take that title from them next week. The game is at Sax and kicks off at 2:45. On to our next fixture. In a slick display that cynics might say came 2 weeks too late, Paarl Boys High hit peak form to demoralize a despairing HTS Drosti side 61 points to 18. The 9-2 try margin pretty well illustrates the Strepi superiority in a game in which the Worcester lads, although severely outgunned, never gave up and contributed fully to a lovely game of rugby in unseasonably warm, cloudless conditions. The visitors' backs were not expected to hold the slick locals, but their forwards also found the going very tough, where indisposed hooker Marius Paulsen and SA under-18 prop Wilco Lowe were sorely missed. Now on to Mpumalanga for the venue as Middelburg High hosted opponents Hoërskool Kempton Park in the first semi-final of the Beeld Trophy. The game was underpinned by some massive hits all across the park, with the forwards in both camps jumping on the loose, policing the rucks beautifully, and both packs providing a platform for their backs to mount some formidable attacks. Ultimately, it was a very tight encounter, indicative of a semi-final fixture, with the away side coming out on top 27-32. Well done, Kempton Park. After the match, we caught up with the winning captain, who was clearly pleased with his team's guts and determination to come out on top.
Genees bal opgewonden. Ons weer al baie werk voor die finaal. Maar ja, ons baie trots met manne. Ons weet, ek weet ons my span sal hard werk en ons om deur trek deur die finaal, ons hard werk.
So with just 2 weeks left of schoolboy rugby, we urge all of you, savor every moment and get behind our boys. As always, we're left asking one simple question. Who you calling us, schoolboy?